Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash and today's session is steps to export COVID-19 records using Angular material. So in this session we learn the steps to export the records in various formats, that is Excel format, CSV, JSON and text. So whatever the records will be found in COVID-19, so you can download using the various formats like CSV, JSON, Excel and text. So for this we need uh, Angular material table exporter package. So this package is to make mat-table components exportable in Excel, CSV, text and JSON format. And also here pagination is supported. So applying MatTableExporter directive should be added to your MatTable. This directive uses different exporter services for different export types. So let's to before this what is the agenda for the today's session is so in this session we'll learn what is export method in Angular material, how to use export method using Angular material, types of export formats using Angular material, build and run the COVID-19 Angular material application to export records in various formats. So today's agenda is that points we only focus on it. So let's follow few commands to achieve the results. So to do so we go to the notepad. So here, so if you are employing Angular material in your project, so install MatTable-exporter. So you need to install this package first. So for this command is required, so you need to go for this. And note is, if you are using previous version, that is Angular 8 or later or older version, then you should install the 1.2.5. so the command for this is npm install --save MatTableExporter at the rate 1.2.5. and another so my Angular version is 9, so I need to install for this package. So for this we need to install using this you need to execute this command first. So go to Visual Studio Code. So like this you will install and press enter, so it will install all these things. And though I already have installed, so you see here, if you go to angular.json or sorry, if you go to package.json, here you'll see the MatTableExporter version is installed is 9.0.2. so after installed you can check the version of MatTableExporter. Okay, so next one is go to our, so we need to close this, go to our notepad. So after installing the MatTableExporter, so import this module, that is MatTableExporter module, in your ng module section. So we need to mention this statement in the our app.module. So first, then open app.module.ts file and import MatTableExporter module. Then add this module inside the import section. So for this, copy this, go to our Visual Studio Code, and as per I mentioned earlier, that is go to app.module.ts. So what I did is I mentioned this statement import, that is for MatTableExporter. I added this module MatTableExporter module in import section like this. So this module I have added inside the import section. So that is a step 2 what we already have done. And in step 3 we need to add few tags in HTML which can help us generate the reports in various formats. So for this, go to covid19.component.html. so here you'll see, go to covid19 component.html file, Okay, add exporter tag in table and use its value, that is MatTableExporter. So I added one exporter tag here, and I assign this value, that is MatTableExporter module, what we already have done in the app.module.ts file. So this value we have mentioned here in the table element. Okay, then step 4 is we need to add few HTML buttons to generate reports. So add different buttons for different formats. So what I did here is I have added 4 buttons here, that is one is for Excel, and the second one is for CSV, and third one is for JSON, and fourth one is for text formats. So I'll describe this, what is the codes behind it. So I have mentioned one so functionality is add different buttons for Excel, CSV, JSON and TXT. Every button has its unique name, that is Excel, CSV, JSON and TXT, and with it will execute a function, that is exporter.exportable. Okay, so and inside this function we specify the file format. So here I specify the file format. For Excel I specify Excel SX, for CSV CSV, for JSON JSON, for TXT that is TXT. That is format of this file, and the name of the file we have the comma and put the file name. So if you download this report, in which name it will be saved in your local system, that is I mentioned here coding knowledge COVID-19. So if you in the Excel button, if you click, then the data in the Excel format, and it will be saved as the file name coding knowledge COVID-19. So like this, for CSV it will be saved as coding knowledge COVID-19.csv, and for JSON that is coding knowledge COVID-19.json, and for TXT that will be saved as coding knowledge COVID-19.txt. So like this I already have described that earlier, that for Excel that is version that is file format is XLSX, and for CSV that is CSV, and for JSON that is JSON, and for TXT that is TXT. So this function contains two things, that is one is file format and another one is file name. Okay, that this function every button contains same functions with different format and different file name, different format and same file name. If you want, then you can also change this file name as according to your requirements. Okay. So what I did is, and again I will tell you that every button has its unique name, and it will execute a function, that is exporter.exportable, and inside this function we specify the file format and name of the file, and it will be generated based on its file extension, that is I mentioned already, that is CSV, JSON, TXT and Excel. So for better understanding, I added some colors for different buttons. So here I told you, that is I mentioned one primary color, that is another one accent, and third one is warm, and fourth one is that's default color. And this color is a material, and for Angular material this is a inbuilt color. CSS colors are inbuilt there, so I have mentioned here column, that is accordingly. Okay, so step 5 is we need to import button module in app.module.ts file and add mat button module in import section. So you need to add this. So go to app.module.ts file. So here for a button I need to specify the statements, that is import mat button module, that is material button, and after specify this, we need to import this module in MatButton module inside import section like this. Okay, that is MatButton module. So for proper alignment of buttons, we need to use some CSS class in div, that is example hyphen button row with section, and same class we need to add in covid19.component.css. So I'll show you here, that is go to covid19 HTML CSS. What I did is I put some section here, and here the closing bracket of section here, and inside div I mentioned the class that is example hyphen button hyphen row, so that it will show the proper alignment to the user. So for this, what I did is go to component.css. So what I did is I have configured the CSS class here. I put some display property and width. So like this, I have mentioned the example button hyphen row, and another combined class I have mentioned here, that is MatButton base. So I put some margin property here as per my requirement, and for section I mentioned some class there, the display table property. So accordingly, after implement these CSS classes what I described in covid19.component.css, so the proper alignment of all the buttons will be aligned properly, and it will be very proper visible to the user. Okay, that's the completed part of step 5, and in step 6 we need to add a header container to application. So to do this, we need to import toolbar and add MatToolbar module in import section of app.module.ts file. And next one is in covid19.component.html, we need to add mat-table container to add the header in with details. So as I discussed now, so accordingly we go to app.module.ts file, and we need to import the statements here for toolbar, that is this one, and we need to import this MatToolbar module in import section like this, and go to covid19.component.html. So here we need to add mat-toolbar container to add with a header with details. So here I have added mat-toolbar, and here, and put some color, that is primary I mentioned here, and inside span element I mentioned the details, that is coronavirus COVID-19 live status. So this line the aim of this line is the header container, it will be added to the header container, and it will show the text with the details, that is coronavirus COVID-19 live status. So main aim of this MatToolbar MatToolbar container to add header and title and the action with details. So here in my application, the main of this using of MatToolbar container is to add a header with details text. Okay, so that is the completed part of step 6, and step 7 is, that is the output. So finally this coding section is over, and for output we need to execute command, that is ng-serve. Okay, so I need to just remove this one. So ng-serve the statements, and you need to enter the statements. After then I already have executed, so no need to do again. So here I mentioned the ng-serve open, and this is complete, this is successfully executed, and that is compiled successfully, and go to this URL. So I already have there, So that is the final output of the Angular MatTable COVID-19 application. That you want the toolbar text header container. Okay, that the export the Excel, CSV, JSON and text. So here I'll show you. I'll show you that I have export all the datas. So for this I need to click on the export Excel button. So it will export all the COVID-19 records in Excel format. So it started to asking me where to download this. See here what is the name of the file I have mentioned, coding knowledge COVID-19. So here I have mentioned here. So go just I save this one. So if you go to the download button, okay, just click and just open this file. So it will open the Excel file with all the COVID-19 report data. See here, there is country, all total case, today's death case, total death case, all this column with all the records. That is approximately maybe that is all these countries with record, that is 216 records is downloaded in our Excel format, that is exported successfully. So next one is CSV format. So just click on it and it started to download the reports on CSV format. So I have saved this one. Go to okay, now I'll click here CSV, that is save as a CSV format. So I click on it to click on this file to open this file to show all the COVID-19 reports in the CSV format. See here, that is CSV format is already downloaded, so that is successfully done. And next one is Json format. So click on it. So I save this one, go to code that is a download, and see here in JSON format the file icon is changed. So for this we need to, I think it required your Visual Studio 2017 or your, if you install any JSON related software editor, you can open there. So it is successfully done. And the final one is text. So it started downloading in text format. So I saved this one. So go to our download folder. Here you see all this record are already downloaded in our text format file. So basically all our export functionality is done, completed and successfully. So I'll show you another thing is, if I want to search for particular records, that is India, so I need to download this. So for this, so I just write down the file name we want to download. So go save button. If you see here, okay, now it is show only the India, so no need to download all the records, because in filtering we mention only the India country name. So it will show only the country with details. See here, that is only download with a specific requirement of the user, that I want only the records of India, so it shows it download only the India records as for the filtering records. So like this, and if you text here, so I just save as India text. I save this one, so I just click here. See here in a text format, there is no need to download all the records. So as for the filtering the records, it will show only the records for India, that is COVID-19 reports. Okay, now it is successfully done. That is all for all records. Every format buttons download all the records, and if you want to filter the records based on your requirements, and the export buttons are working as expected. So okay, now if the data does not match or records not found, I put here XXX. So I need to export this. Okay, now I put your XXX. So go to download folder. It should be show as that no records found, because there is no data matches as for the data in our COVID-19 reports. Then the output should be as expected. See here, that is no data is found. Record is it already have shown, and it is working as expected. And if you export as text, and yes, so India text, what is, so here you can see here India text X. It should be shown as the, that is no records found. See here all these columns, and with all columns it will shown as the no records found. That is no records was there based on the filtering the records. Okay, so if you remove this one, then the data is loading all the records. So all our export functionalities is working as expected. If you want all the records, it download all the formats based on your export button, and if you want only the particular data, so it was downloading only the particular records in the format of your file as per the expected. So the last final step is step 7. Here I will show you already have shown you the output of the export records with different formats, and also including no records data. That is, if records was found, what are the output, and if records does not found, then what is the output of the exported format. And finally we have done with a completed version of COVID-19 live tracker application using Angular material. So we need to go here my sheet. So this is my YouTube channel. Subscribe it and get the updated knowledge on various technology, especially on Microsoft, that is Microsoft technology using .NET Core, Angular, SQL Server, Bootstrap, and other one is Angular. And subscribe it and share it. So, and the summary part of our today's session is we have learned with below details. That is we have described the methods in Angular material for export the records, and how to implement the export method using Angular material, and how many types of export formats using Angular material, that is Excel, CSV, JSON and text. Build and run the COVID-19 Angular material application to export records of COVID-19 reports in various formats. So that's it for guys. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Thank you very much.